host Nelson with Cascade Sports, and today we have a up and coming running back out of Derby High School in Wichita, Kansas. Who do we have here?
Eric Hubbard.
Hey, Eric, tell our audience a little bit about yourself. How long have you been playing ball, biddy ball, all the way up to where you're at? And give the propers to some of the coaches and some of the people that help you reach your goals as a student athlete.
I've been playing football since about kindergarten. I started off with the Wichita Bulldogs, and my first coach, Coach JJ, really helped me to get into it. My mom and my dad also helped me a lot.
Who are
my
they?
mom always been there for me.
When you say your mom and dad, name their name so our audience know who they are.
My mom is Devon Anderson. My dad is Derek Hubbard.
All right. You played Pop Warner, and then run it down.
Yes, I played since kindergarten up to 7th grade, and I played with the Bulldogs, the Tigers, and the Bears.
Talk about the positions you played also.
I've always played running back, tailback.
Tailback. What was your season like last year at high school level?
Last year I did pretty good. On varsity as a freshman, I averaged about 5.5 yards per carry.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
5'8". What's your weight?
150.
150. You got a growth spurt you think coming?
I hope so.
You been in the weight room?
Yeah, I lift all the time.
Lift all the time. What would you consider your best attributes?
I'm really fast and I have really good vision. I can read blocks good.
Good vision. Have you done a 440 yet?
Last time I did a 40 was before my sophomore year.
What was your time? What do you?
4.5 flat.
Oh, you flying for where you're at. Have you set any goals for next season for your personals?
Next season, I just want to be better than I was this year. Have better stats, become closer to my teammates and my coaches.
How you feel about how this season has turned out?
I feel like we played really well this season. We're undefeated. We're going to state.
No, you're
me. I feel like I've had a good season too.
Did you put up any impressive stats that you want to let our audience know about?
I actually haven't looked at my stats too much this year.
Boy, that's you're a team player. That's per se. But you said 5.5 carry basically?
Last year, 5.5 yards per carry, but this year I know it's a lot more than last year.
Oh, all right. And so y'all are undefeated?
Yeah.
Talk about the games. The first
game. The games?
Yeah, and what you did in each game up until right now. Let our audience, because, we don't know you.
Yeah, the games, we just got the new stadium, so there's always a lot of fans, So it's a big atmosphere, just go out there.
No, talk about the games, how you played from the first game, what you did, to where you're at now. Y'all have an undefeated season.
Well, the first game, I had a really good game, actually. My line was blocking very, very good for me, so I was able to score twice in the first game, So that was good for me.
Is there enough balls? What's that other running back?
Dylan Edwards?
Yeah. Is there enough balls for both of y'all?
Yeah.
All right. You scored 2. What was your second game?
Second game, we played Bishop Carroll. And, I got a couple carries, but I didn't get to score that game.
But you got some yards?
Yeah.
Do you come basically using your linemen to go up the middle, or can you catch it in the flat?
I can run routes out of the backfield and catch, but our line is very, very good. So y'all run a lot of zones, counters.
You know what? I'm an old man, And that reminds me of like the Chicago Bears back in the day, or the Miami Dolphins when they went undefeated. They had a little scat back like you, Mercury Morris, get outside in a minute, and then it was over. Do you run straight up in the line, or do you try to get to the outside?
I usually try to read my alignment's blocks first and run up the middle and then mount it outside, you know, because they block really well.
They block real well.
Yeah.
So who's upcoming?
On my team?
No, who's upcoming that y'all getting ready to play?
Oh, Blue Valley Northwest.
All right. How do you anticipate that game? Is that going to be a dogfight, or I'm saying as far as talent on both sides?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a dogfight. Yeah, we've been watching a lot of film. Their defense flies around pretty good. So,
with Cascade Sports being home with a student athlete, how important is your education to you?
My education is very important to me. Whenever I make like a B, sometimes I get disappointed with myself. So, you know, I always make straight A's.
Do you have any aspirations to go to any specific schools, as in college? Your internet has froze up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You was just, I asked you, did you have any specific schools or colleges you were looking at?
No, I don't really have a specific school or college right now.
I said that you want to go to, not just looking at you.
No, not really.
Not right now? Would
No.
you consider going to a HBCU?
Yeah.
That's why I went to Central State in Wilberforce, Ohio. And I think that's going to be major for young Black athletes that are coming out. And I know you've seen Dion, and you've got a bunch of, you've got quite a few now that, what's the name down there, Tennessee State, and they're trying to bring it on home. And I would have you look at some of those HBCUs because they're good schools, good education, and you have a experience like no other. So, how important has it been to have the support of your student body behind you? You talked about the new stadium, and the first thing that brings up to me right here in Kansas City, Lincoln Prep, they just had their new stadium, and they went woo. So next year, when I was asking you, do you have any specific stats that you want to put up? Do you think it's a good idea to have certain goals that you want to reach?
Yeah, I definitely think it's a good idea to have some goals I want to reach, but right now I'm just kind of focused on the end of this season. So I'll think about my goals after this.
All right, tell me this, on a 1 to 10, where do you see your leadership skills?
Like probably like a 7, because I'm still an underclassman right now. So I'll try to be a leader for my class, but being a leader for like the whole school is kind of hard.
Right. All right. When it comes to your academics, how do you find time to study and work out and do all the things that you have to do? Does that cut into your social time?
Yeah, I don't really have a lot of time to go out and hang with my friends all the time, but I'm a teacher aide in school, so I have time to study and all that. And during homeroom, I study in school.
What advice would you give a young 7th, 8th grader on what they need to be looking to do to succeed in high school?
Definitely to pay attention in class all the time, you know, be cool with the coaches, make friends, and definitely have bonds with those older guys like seniors and juniors.
Get you a mentor.
Yeah, get a mentor, yeah.
Who basically has been mentoring you to a degree that you
Well,
look up to?
of course, Dylan Edwards, you know, being who he is. And last year, people like Lim Wash, I looked up to him a lot.
All right.
Yeah,
You shouting out?
a little bit,
Go
you
ahead
know, a
and
little
shout
bit.
out
I
to
had to.
whoever you
Yeah, I
giving
had to
props
do it a
to.
little bit.
Who you shouting out to?
My mama, you know, of
All
course,
right.
Brian Beller, of course, my dad, Coach Clark,
All
Coach
right.
Armstead.
What Coach Clark do for you? I know what Brian does. What does Coach
Yeah,
Clark do to get the big shout out?
Coach, he's just, you know, he's always coached me up. I live for him every morning.
All right. Hey man, it was a plum pleasing pleasure having you on. And we wishing you the best. And for sure, uh, have a big game
Thank
and
you.
go out a winner.
Okay,
And
thank
we
you.
looking forward to working with you next year because you know Mr. Butler, he's getting ready to have his own sports show on our network.
Okay.
So we looking to really come up there next year. We weren't situated this year. Come up there, get a few of your games, and enjoy the hospitality of Wichita. All right.
All right.
Any closing words?
No, just thank you for having me.
All right. It was a pleasure having you on the show, and we look forward to covering you in the future.
All right, thank you.
This is brought to you by Uncle Bill's Bail Bond.